Everybody, Stacy here today. We're going to do a tutorial on the Teresa Collins Stationery Noted Envelope Mini Album. So grab your supplies, sit back, grab some coffee, and let's get ready to play. Hey everyone, I've gathered a quick supply list for you so you can grab everything you're going to need to make this album. That way it's all handy for you. Don't forget to let me know what you think of the mini album. You can like my channel, share it with your friends, subscribe because I'll be doing future videos. Also, if there's anything you would like to see me do a tutorial on, or just anything that I have done, let me know, leave me a message. If you do create this album, also share it and leave me a message so that I can stop by and check it out. Thanks for watching. Hi everybody, Stacy here with the first part of the envelope mini album tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make three different styles for the pages for the inside of your book. When you're doing this, if you want to make 2 of each, that way you'll have a total of 6 pages for your album when you're done. I'm using black envelopes, so I'm going to use score tape on them so that you can see better where to put your adhesive. So this first style, you just want to adhere the flap shut. You can lick the envelope closed, just make sure that you put a little bit of adhesive down on the part where there isn't any adhesive on the envelope already. So just seal it shut. Once it's sealed shut, you're going to take your paper trimmer and you're just going to trim off just a little bit off of each of the long ends. Turn it around and do the other end. So your envelope is closed, but you can go through either side of it. So now you want to take the second envelope, and this would be the back side of the envelope. You want to put your adhesive on the flap. You're going to be adhering flap to flap. You can put a strip there in the middle. That won't matter on this part. Peel all this off of here. Like I said, you can use any adhesive. I'm just using the score tape so that you can see it better. So here's the flap that you sealed shut. You're going to lay that on top of the flap that you just put the adhesive on. Try to line them up as best as you can. And then you can open it and just adhere it. Now the envelope that you just put on is going to be a little bigger than this one because remember you trimmed just a smidge off of each end. I want you to put it in your paper trimmer and just trim it so that it's even. Okay, so this is style 1. 2 envelopes, they're adhered together. So I have a piece here that has the paper on it already, just so you can see what it looks like. So this is going to be I'll put the envelope that we just did up here. So the front page, you want to put a solid piece of paper on. When you open it up, you can put a solid piece on the inside left page with adhesive all over the pattern paper that you put on. However, when you do the right side of the page, you don't want to put adhesive all the way on your paper before you put it down because it will seal this closed, and you don't want that adhesive there. You want it just around that corner and then over on this side. The back side of it, you can put a solid piece of paper on. The reason you don't want to put adhesive on this inside piece when you put your pattern paper on there is because you can take a piece of cardstock and you can insert it into this pocket. However, if you put the adhesive on there, it's going to close that pocket and that will not fit in there. This will allow you can put pattern paper on it and then mount photos. It slides out. You could cut this in half and just do a photo mat, which is what I did in the front pocket. There's going to be a photo mat in there and a pull-out photo mat on this next page. Like I said, you can decorate the cardstock before you put it in there. You can leave it blank and just put your photos on there. You can put pieces of paper for journaling, whatever you decide to do. When you put this aside, just know that this can come out the other end. So just kind of keep an eye on that little piece that you put in the front pocket. That's actually what's going to go on our binding of our book. So once you put it on the binding, you won't have to worry about this piece falling through the other side. So that's page style 1. Like I said, go ahead and do 2 of those and set those aside. That way you're ready when you're all done with all 3 styles of pages. Then we'll do the binding. Okay, we're ready to move on to style page number 2. For this page, you need 2 envelopes and a piece of cardstock, or if you bought the envelope packs that come with the scored cards in them, that's perfect for this style of book. That's what I'm using. They're from Recollections, so they come with, this one came with 40 sets in there. So there's 40 envelopes and 40 cards, which are already scored. Like I said, that's perfect for your little flaps and inserts into this album. So for the second page, what you are going to do is you're going to take your 2 envelopes. You need to just put adhesive on one of the envelopes. On the flap of the clean side of the envelope, if that helps you. You don't need them on both because you're going to adhere these 2 together. So again, I've put score tape on there so you can see. Just put your adhesive a little bit above the notch of the envelope. Then you're going to adhere clean side to clean side of the envelope because you're only adhering this flap. So it's easy to line this one up. You can just line up the clean parts of the envelope, put it down, and so the top of the flap is not adhered, nor the actual envelope either. So once you've done that, you're going to cut from this point here on the envelope, this point here down to this point, and just cut that off. So you should have, I don't know, it's about, depending on your envelopes, it's going to be about probably a ½ inch little flap left. Now what you want to do is take a pair of scissors and you're just going to cut this little flap. What this is going to do is it's going to make a pocket. So however big you want your pocket is how much of this flap you should cut. I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe about 1.5 inches. I'm going to just make a little cut from the flap to the fold of the envelope, like this. You're going to put score tape only on that little flap. And you're going to adhere this little flap down to the inside of the pocket. Just kind of tuck it away in there. So it looks like that. The little flap is hidden. That will be covered up with pattern paper, so you don't have to worry about that showing. Before you go any further, I do want you to trim off just a smidge like you did on the first style of envelope off of both the outsides of each envelope. Okay, so now if you happen to have gotten the pack that has the cards in them, take your card, you're going to fold it on the score line. If you didn't get the pack that comes with the cards or cards in the envelopes, you can simply take a piece of cardstock, and depending on how big your envelope is how big you're going to want your pocket. So take a piece of cardstock and cut it to a size that's going to fit your envelope. So for this one, I'm going to cut about 1 inch off of my card. And we are going to adhere this onto the little flap. When you're adhering this, make sure you don't go all the way down to the crease, because it'll make your page hard to turn. You want to be just slightly above the crease, which will allow the page to turn with ease. So take your score tape and put it, or your adhesive, put it on both sides of the flap. Then on your piece of cardstock or your card, you're going to put adhesive across one whole length of the card only. Okay, so peel the adhesive off of your card. And I usually start with just one side of my flap. And I always turn it upside down. For me, it's easier to line it up. So you want to line up the card. With your envelope. Again, make sure that you're back a little bit from that crease. Then you're going to push that flap down because it has the adhesive on it and it's going to stick to your card. Okay, so it should look like this. Now you want to remove the adhesive from the other side of the flap, and then you're just going to close the envelope. Or not the envelope, the card. So now you have a pocket inside of your page. Once you have that complete, it's time to decorate your page with your pattern paper. So we'll do that now. I'll show you. Okay. The front page, I just went ahead, you can put adhesive all on the back of the pattern paper and center that on. I always cut my pattern papers to about 1/4 inch smaller than wherever I'm putting them because I like to show the border around it. So a solid piece here, don't worry about the adhesive, put it all over the back of the pattern paper. Open up to the inside page. This one, you want to be careful when you're putting your adhesive down because if you put it on all of the pattern paper, it's going to seal this part of the envelope closed, which you don't want because you want to be able to insert a photo mat here. So just make sure you put the adhesive around this corner part of the envelope and over in here. Put your pattern paper on there. With your pocket, you can put your pattern paper on both sides of that, again cutting it just 1/4 inch short. So I've got pattern paper on the front side of the pocket, and then if you were to flip it over, it's on the back side of the pocket. This back pocket, again, same as the previous one. You want to make sure that you put adhesive around the opening of the envelope. Don't seal it shut. And then put adhesive on the rest of it. Stick your pattern paper down. The back page, you can put adhesive all over the entire part of that pattern paper and center it and stick it down. Now with this page, you can take, if you're using a card from the cards that come with the envelopes, or if you're just cutting cardstock, you can cut a photo mat, and that's going to slide right in the back side of the paper here. You don't want to put one on the front one because that's what's going to adhere to the binding of your book. You can stick photo mats or anything that you want inside of the half pocket that you made here. So again, you want to do this style twice. then once you're done with this one, you will have 4 pages for the book. I usually put my pattern paper on all of my pages and then bind it all together before I start to embellish it and decorate it with all of the goodies that come with the lines. So, style 2 is done, and we'll see you next time for style 3.